what kind of level were you prior to finding me in the program?
I think my best day before joining your course was maybe like 400 Australian dollars.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it was shit. My mentor at the time was telling me, wow, $400 in one day, that's mad.
That's basically nothing, right?
I didn't even make money. I spent like 300 on ads, 200 for filling.
How did you step into the program?
I joined, I think it was February, and then from there everything just started going straight upwards.
And what were the numbers that you were doing it then?
At that time I was doing maybe 5 to 6k a day. That was my first hint of success.
What's currently your record day?
44,000 Australian dollars. The funny thing is my 44k day was Dennis gave me one ad idea. He's like, run this and you'll make money. And I made like 200k profit from that one ad. I was like, what the
Whoa, it's crazy.
It's funny how fast things can go.
If you look back right now to 1.5 years ago or when you started, what would you maybe have done differently?
Very first, I can say just get them.
Yes, my people, Samo Nua here. Welcome to another interview. This one is going to be very special. This one is going to be with Louis. Louis from Australia. He managed to do insane numbers in a very short period of time. He managed to scale to 40k days after Zach, one of his friends recommended him to join the program. All of you have seen Zach's interview, right? He managed to do same type of numbers. Well, with that said, enjoy this interview.
All right, people, welcome to another interview. This one is going to be very powerful because I'm sitting here with Luigi. He's been able to do amazing results in the program. He will touch on that. In a bit as well. So, Luigi, can you introduce yourself to the people who don't know you?
Yeah, of course. So I'm Louis, 23 years old. I've been doing ecom for about 2 years now, but I'll say I've been taking it more seriously in the past 6 months. I come from a middle-class family, very supportive, and now I'm making good money just from pressing a couple buttons on my laptop.
It's crazy, man. So just 2 years ago you started, right? So How old are you, just for context?
23.
Okay, so what were you doing before that?
Before ecom, it was just like, usual 9 to 5. Since I came from a middle class family, it was very not like anything had to push me to do this. There wasn't any like big pain or anything like that. I just decided one day that in life I just really needed to make more money. I didn't want to like see my parents work their whole life, so I knew I had to do something different.
Yeah, of course. And for me, it was the same, bro. Honestly, I come from a normal working class family, and I was at one point like, I'm not gonna go that route. So I had to start going on a search, and also I didn't have much money, so it led me to ecom when I was 18. So, but you said you started 2 years ago. So can you maybe walk me through how that went? What opened your eyes? Were you already on the search to find a business model, or just walk me through it?
Yeah, so pretty much I was deciding between social media marketing and ecom. Eventually I chose ecom, and I'm very happy I did, because social media marketing, you have bosses above you. Whoever you hire, they're your boss. So I don't really like that. And doing ecom's definitely a lot better. So I came across ecom and I was like, look, I got to take it seriously. But the first year and a half, I didn't take it too serious. But now here we are.
So how did the beginning stages for you go? Because you step into a new business model. I didn't even know what I was doing. When I look back right now, bro, my store looked like shit. I had like a purple add to cart button and thought that should be working, right? So how did it go for you? Did you take on any mentors? Did you do it all yourself?
So at the start, I was like, I'll do this myself. I'll just look on YouTube. I'll make my own money first. But eventually I realized like I need a mentor. And actually, before going into your course, I went with, I think, 4 different mentors. Like, it was crazy how many times like I just got let down. by other mentors, but
Mm.
yeah, it was good finally getting a good one.
And can you talk about that? Like, why and in what way did they let you down, or how did that go, or was the things you were maybe missing?
Yeah, so instead of them treating it like it's an actual business that's going to retire you, they were like, oh, yeah, test this one product and, hope for the best. I didn't even know how to track my profit margins, nothing. Like, imagine doing a year of ecom. I didn't even know how to track my profit margins. I didn't know how to do creatives properly. And I thought I was actually learning, but I was just learning from the wrong people, which was, yeah, where I went wrong.
Yeah. So were these people also from Australia, or was it a mix of?
Yeah, two of them were from Australia, and then I think two of them were from Europe. Yeah, the one most recent before you actually, I invested 10K into them, and for me it was a lot of money. So after investing that, they tried to push me on TikTok organic, and I was like, I want to do Facebook ads, build a proper business. I don't want to sit there filming TikToks with like fidget spinners and shit. I want to build an actual business.
Yeah.
But they were trying to push me on TikTok organic, and yeah, they weren't taking calls with me anymore. So that's, yeah, I had to cut that off halfway through, and I just pretty much lost 10K.
So, that's crazy. So, yeah. Well, at what kind of level were you prior to finding me and the program when
I'd
it
say,
comes to ecom?
yeah. The only advantage I had was I knew my way around Facebook and Shopify. I knew my way around them, but other than that, like, yeah, pretty basic knowledge.
Okay. And in terms of numbers, can you shed
Oh,
some light on that? Like, what were you doing?
yeah. When I joined your course, I wasn't running a store because I was literally saving all my money to join your course. It took me like 5 months of doing nothing just to join your course, have enough money to run products. But I think my best day before joining your course was maybe like 400 Australian dollars, and it wasn't
Oh,
even,
no way.
yeah, it was shit.
Wow. Yeah, and of course, you know now that because that's basically nothing, right? It's just
Yeah.
still beginning stages. So,
Yeah, it's crazy because
so
at that
yeah.
time, they actually glorified those results. I thought I was doing really good. My mentor at the time was telling me, wow, $400 in one day, that's mad. And I'm like, I didn't even make money. I spent like 300 on ads, 200 for filling. It was so out of place.
Well, but that's the problem I see often still when I open YouTube or you type in dropshipping. I'm like, these results are nothing, and people are celebrating as if it's something.
Yeah.
But it's if you can go so big with this ecom thing, and people have to kind of step out of the mindset that it's just a trick or a little hustle, you know.
Yeah.
So when came the trigger point for you to then join the program? Before this call, we were quickly chatting also that because of other client Zach. So maybe talk a bit about that.
Yeah, so I actually think your video came up on my For You page on YouTube, your very first uncensored video. So I was like, all right, I'll watch this. And then your second one came out, and I was like, damn, this guy seems like the real shit. Like, you weren't saying, look at me doing like $1,000 a day. You were like, I'm doing 40K a day and I'm crushing. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? I was like, I didn't even know that was possible. And it was crazy. So I told Zach to join, and then bro, he hit a 40K day or something crazy. And then yeah, I ended up doing a 44K day. That was my top. So yeah, it's absolutely crazy how I
Wow,
came across it.
wow, and so quick as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, Zach joined before you. Then you saw Zach's results. Then you were like, "What the fuck? I need to also jump on this." So you made the decision to join. When was this? And also, yeah, how did the first weeks for you go? And what was maybe the mindset? Because the good thing you saw the proof already with a good friend of you.
Yeah.
So I want to know, how did you step into the program?
Yeah, so I joined, I think it was February, And keep in mind, when I joined, I even had to borrow money off my friends. So if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't not even be able to join. So it's crazy. But the first weeks went okay. Like I was a bit up and down. I was testing like Chinese products, all the wrong shit. But eventually, I got Wesley as my coach like 2 weeks in. And then from there, everything just started going straight upwards from Wesley, which was crazy. Got my first winner. I was on top of the moon. I took my family out for dinner, took them to the city. But I felt like, honestly, I felt like the top G at that moment.
And what were the numbers that you were doing it then?
At that time, I was doing maybe 5 to 6K a day. That was my first hint of success, but I did slow down after that. So I got comfortable. My results started going down, and then yeah, we can get into how I joined the mastermind as well.
Yeah. So first to touch on that, because I think people that are listening would want to know, like what was maybe the market you were selling? Was it Australia? And also just briefly touch on the strategy.
Yeah, so that market was Australia, and I was just testing 5 products a day, trying to take the best products. But the biggest shift for me was I was selling in the wrong season. So it was like cold in Australia, but I was selling dresses, like really short dresses or t-shirts. I was just selling the wrong things. But after Wesley picked that out, we switched it. I think I found the winner within like the next 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the rest of the time in Elite, can you just walk through like your growth?
Yeah.
Yeah, until like maybe where you're at right now.
Yeah, so from finding my first winner, I knew I had to expand my team. So it taught me a lot in terms of hiring my own team and then asking Wesley, like, oh, what should the incentive structure be? How do I have team calls? So the main difference between the other people I was learning from is this is actually a business, and I got to see that it's actually a business. Before it's like run one product and then go watch Netflix. Now it's like, no, you got to build a team, SOPs, systems, email marketing. You got to have everything on lock. Like I didn't know any of this shit existed, but then like yeah, it was great to see how good I was getting at team calls, hiring, all this stuff.
So was that also something for you that you were like, okay, I like this, or maybe did it overwhelm you? Because for some people that might be the case, right?
I would say the only thing that was like sort of overwhelming me was I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Why am I having a call with someone else and hiring someone? Why am I running my own business? But you know, you figure it out as you go. Like you start being a good team leader. At first, I don't even think I had a call with the person. I just hired them from texting on Upwork, which is really wrong.
Yeah.
I have a call with like 5 different people. So yeah, the growth is pretty good.
So at the moment, right? What's currently your record day?
44,000 Australian dollars.
Crazy. So how did that come about?
Yeah, so that pretty much happened from joining the mastermind. And the way I got started in the mastermind was I needed to pay like a big VAT bill, and I didn't have like enough money. And this is because I was doing contractor work before, and I had like a big bill come up. And in Australia, they offer you Shopify Capital. So I took 100,000 from Shopify Capital. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to go on the mastermind. I'm going to invest this, which is like, yeah, it was a lot for me. I'm going to invest this, and I know I'm going to make this work. And I was talking to Wesley about it. I had a call with Dennis. The funny thing is my 44K day was Dennis gave me one ad idea. He's like, bro, what? Run this and you'll make money. And I made like 200K profit from that one ad. I was like, what? What the fuck? Like this, he told me to run it like that, and I make 200K profit. Like, what is this?
That's crazy, right? But that's also why, like, we with our program, we really care about people. And if we see something that might work for a client, why not as well give it to them? You know, the e-com space is so big. It's not that it will eat from our own profits or something.
Yeah, of course.
But that's crazy. So it was a good choice to take out that Shopify Capital.
Yeah, like it was a big risk. I had a lot of people telling me maybe it's too big of a risk. I wouldn't do it yet. But I was literally for a week writing down all the pros and cons. But I knew going into the mastermind would just accelerate the speed of my success. So that's one thing that I have that's really good about myself is like I have the balls to invest in stuff. That's why I had four different mentors before. So I was like, I know this is going to work.
Yeah,
I'm going to treat it like it's going to work. I see what they did with the base course. So now I'm going to go in the mastermind and I'm going to crush it. And then, yeah, here we are crushing it.
bro. But and that's why you can also thank yourself because not everyone is like that, right?
Yeah.
Most people they have their ego in the way. They will never even invest in a cheap course,
Yeah.
let alone a mentorship, but let alone a fucking mastermind expensive program, right? But
Yeah.
then again, you are now here from that one ad, the idea that Dennis gave you making 200K in profit. So it's the risk reward, right?
Yeah, of course.
So can you share like what is right now a day to day for you? What does it look like? You know, because you've gone from someone who was like still figuring it out with ecom, failing with different mentors, to right now. I think you're now full time in this thing, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, talk about what has changed and how what does your life look like right now?
Yeah, so right now it's just like full on ecom. Right now I'm in Dubai with my partner, so yeah, we're just enjoying life a little bit. It's just funny, I retired her as well. Like the amount of like life changing
Wow.
this has done for even just my family, it's crazy. The things I can do for the people around me, like it puts a really big smile on my face. But right now it's just yeah, full going in on ecom, optimizing the business because I was focusing on the front end, which is what you have to do at the start. But now it's more optimizing the back end, getting the systems in place, and just kind of being the visionary of what's next and slowly replacing myself.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Honestly, when you were sharing it, like what it has done for you and your people around you, I had the same. So almost I get fucking goosebumps because I see it, you know, in front of me. And same with when I met Zach, right, in Dubai, friend of yours. He said basically the same stuff, like what the things it has done for him, right? So, are you planning also on being in Dubai more often? I see here and there a couple Australian people there, but not too many. So, what's your plan or take on that, or how do you like Dubai for you as a business owner?
Yeah, so I'm actually moving to Dubai next month. It's a big move. So I have to move my partner here with me as well. So it's like something we had to discuss. But yeah, I would end up saving like 35% tax. But even if it wasn't for the tax, you just look around in Dubai, you see a random Lambo. Like, I think I'm the shit if I got some like Louis Vuitton, and then I just look and I go, bro,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
bro. I can't even buy that. Like, you got to step up your game. There's always someone better than you. So it just like it puts a fire under your ass. It's like you got to do more. And you know, I have big goals in life, so being in this sort of place is like it's perfect for me.
Yeah. And you've seen that as well, like of you now being here, that like you start to think bigger, right? And you get more hungry, more motivated to set up your business even better. You're thinking, I need to expand new markets, bro. You almost think, bro, what am I doing? I need to go way harder, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's
And especially it's funny now that you look back at that mentor that was like telling you that $400 in a day was something, and then you come there.
yeah. Oh my goodness, man. And sometimes I see the results they post and I start like, I don't know. I just cringe on the inside, but I know like God will do what is right. I don't want to do anything. Karma will get them, and that's pretty much it. Like, I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. So when it comes to who you have around you or in your team right now, like, do you still have a business partner, or are you now yourself like fully in charge? Or
Yeah, so recently I actually hired my brother because I was like, all right, he's working at like a fast food restaurant, and I'm like, all right, I need you to get on board because this can change your life. I was showing him the profits it gave me. I'm like, we can do this together and we can do it good. So now I'm teaching him everything he's going to take over being like the store manager and just doing all that whilst he's learning. So
That's good.
us, we also have a team of like 7 people, and yeah, it's going really good. It's a lot of learning, and yeah, I never ever thought I would be in a place like this, like 2 years ago. But yeah, it's crazy.
It's sick, bro. So you also good that you're doing the same thing I did, like try to get your brother involved. It was not easy in the beginning for my brother or to me to bring him on because, of course, the mindset was just different, and you need to. I always say you cannot partner with someone if you are like 100 miles an hour and you have a partner that goes 40 miles an hour. It doesn't work. You have to have the same vision, willing to put in the same type of effort, right? And then it works. So yeah, bro. And how fast it has, this all has changed for you is fucking nuts. What do people around you tell you, like your parents or maybe family?
Yeah, it's funny because from 2 years ago when I first found ecom, I told everyone I'm gonna make this work. So many people doubted me, but I wasn't keeping it to myself. I was like, just wait. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but eventually it's gonna work. And now I'm in Dubai having a good life. I don't have to work. Like I could go sit on my ass for the next week and my store's gonna keep running. And yeah, it's crazy. Like just it's such a great feeling, but yeah, honestly I
Yeah,
want them to feel the same. So I'm trying to start telling other people, hey, you got to wake up, you got to do other things, like
yeah,
close around me, like you said. Getting my brother to do it, the mindset shift is hard because I'm like full entrepreneur mode, locked in, and he's like completely different world. He's not thinking like me at
hmm,
all, but slowly, like, I can see the shift is happening, and yeah, he's starting to see the opportunity. He's starting to be a good leader. So yeah, it's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, like touching on that as well. When I tried to get my brother involved in the beginning, maybe here and there, because my lifestyle was just changing so rapidly. I was living with my parents, and then all of a sudden I was doing 10K a day, 20K a day, moving out to Amsterdam, and of course I had a lot of liquid money all of a sudden. So I started spending on myself and doing fun stuff, and of course I also shared it with my brother, right, and my parents. But yeah, I think when I moved to Amsterdam and with some time, I took my brother also with me because I was always, we were always together, even though he was not into eco, we were always together. But I think the only thing that was different, and that was really hard to change and to fully get him to commit. I started from zero. I had like no money, and my motivation was to get money. And now he was already here with me in Amsterdam at the news. It was designer shoes, designer clothing. Was already going out with me, all the girls, and that was my motivation. And he didn't have that, so it had to come from elsewhere. So yeah, where it shifted is what I put it really in perspective. Like you have to understand that all of this, we are doing this for one reason, and that is for the what I've created, right? The work that we have put in. So either we're gonna do this together or not, right? And then it was like a wake up call for him. So also for you, right? I think it's good to also talk about this with your brother. Like where do you want to go, and try to set the same type of goals for in the future. Like how do you want to live? Because with me and my brother, that's it's just aligned. We are all on the same page with what we want in the future, and then it's game over.
Yeah, exactly. I can see, like, from you and your brother, like the Tate brothers, all those types of things. I always wanted something like that, but my brother was always in a different headspace, and obviously he can't see it
Hmm.
like I see it because I had to like work for 5 months. I had to save up for 5 months even just to join this course. I had to like go through so many failures. I had to like I was down so many times in my room. It was he hasn't experienced that. He's just hopping into me doing good, and he's like,
Yeah,
oh, okay, I guess this is how it is. I was like, bro, I was failing for a year and a half straight, and he doesn't get it. But like, I try to put it in his eyes. Like, I actually for a year and a half was failing, and now I'm here. So I'm trying to
yeah,
get him to get
yeah.
the same headspace, same mindset.
I get goosebumps from that, bro. It's too. it's because I love the journey so much. And then when I'm talking with you right now, I reflect on how the beginning was for me. You know, it doesn't come easy, and people have to understand that it's a price you have to pay, and also you shouldn't want it that easy, because I really think that you now are killing it because you had all those learning lessons. Because let's say you start with ecom and from day one you start making 5k a day, 10k a day. You aren't an entrepreneur yet. You need those lessons in between, right? So that also leads me maybe to a question I think will be valuable. If you look back right now to 1.5 years ago, or when you started, what would you maybe have done differently, or what is like a lesson that someone who is maybe in the beginning stages can take away from this?
Yeah, so very first, I can say just get a mentor, because there's so much shit that you won't know. Even from YouTube videos, like, yeah, they're okay, but they're not telling what you're doing wrong. They're just giving you advice. Like, you could be doing your profit sheets wrong, you have no idea. You could be setting one little thing in Facebook ads wrong, and it could be fucking everything up, and you just wouldn't know. So it's very good to have a one-on-one mentor. It's, yeah, very important. And you have to treat this like it's going to retire you and everyone around you, like your family. Because if you act like that from day one, and if I did, I would have found my success a lot sooner. And if I had my mentor from day one, bro, I would have been in a mansion by now.
Wow, that's powerful, bro. Yeah. So then, yeah, what I want to end it on is just how was your overall experience in the program? You know?
Yeah, so overall it was very good. It showed me that, like, this is an actual business. It's not like just something you want to half ass or anything like that. Wesley always told me, like, this is gonna work for you, bro. Like, just keep pushing, keep going at it. Having like a mentor tell me that, and I know I want to be where he is, and it's just powerful having someone there advocating for you, always picking you up when you're failing, saying, bro, don't worry, this happened to me. And yeah, it's just
Yeah.
funny now. I'm in the spot where I'm telling people, don't worry, I was in your spot once, but they can't. They're like, no, you were always doing well. I'm like, bro, for a year and a half, I was fucked. Like, they don't understand it, because
Yeah.
they think like, okay, you've been doing good this whole time now, but yeah, it's not like that at all.
No, bro. Look how fast shit has changed for you, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Does how are you with this? Like, you okay? Because how much revenue did you do, for example, last month, or are you doing a month right now?
Yeah, so last month we did about 850,000 Australian dollars across 2 stores. And the funny thing is, the month before that, I think I did like 40K. So, like, after the
Wow,
mastermind and scaling,
bro, it's
it was
crazy.
crazy. So that's literally like
Wow.
proof that you need to invest in yourself. And I was investing with money that was like not even mine. It was loaned money. So, like, it was just crazy to see. Like, one month I was like, oh, I'm making a little bit of money. Next month, like 200K profit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it was crazy.
Bro, and that just shows that how much, yeah, potential this fucking game has, right?
Yeah.
Because you are doing that, but still, when you look further, there are people that do that a week. There are people that do that a day, right?
Hmm.
I remember really 2018, the biggest goal, or 2019, the biggest goal I had was doing 100K a month, right?
Yeah.
Then fast forward, you do that a week. Fast forward, you do that a day, bro. Right now I'm almost at 200K a day, bro. How crazy that is! My goal for this year is even to in Q4 clock in a million in a day. If I would have told myself that when I was starting, I would say, bro, you're on some crazy drugs or something.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Bro, it's crazy because my goal for that month, like last month, was 30K profit, and I smashed it. I did 200K. So it was like, it's funny how fast things can go. And sometimes you got to realize you got to look back. Like, right now, I feel like I haven't appreciated what's happened. Like, I got to sit down and reflect and be like, that just happened. Like, I just made that much money.
Yeah,
Crazy how fast things can change and
yeah,
how fast your mindset changed changes for you to just keep on
Yeah.
looking forward. So sometimes it's good to look back.
And
Yes.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's bro. Even at this stage where I'm at right now, it's sometimes you just have to stand still for a second and look back. What the fuck has just all happened? You know, because it goes like a train, so quick at times, right?
Yeah.
So because also you get honestly, I can say you get used to what you're doing very quick. So if you do 800K in a month, and if you do it another month, you're like, yeah, I do 800K a month, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. But one thing I want to tell for like everyone watching is most of my revenue came from one ad in one different market. So just think about that. Like that's so small. There's so many other like if I had 5 ads doing the same thing, bro, I would have been doing like millions last month. So there's so many things to tap into, and even if like there's always something new to do.
Yeah, man. Well, Louis, crazy what you've done. Also, yeah, you can be proud on yourself, bro, because you have been the one who kept going, even though in the beginning it was not easy. Even though you had 4 failed mentors, you chose to go for the 5th,
Yeah.
and it happens to be me and my team. So I'm glad that we could be the one that made the complete change for you. And yeah, bro, I'll be back in Dubai end of this month, and after that, just drop me a message whenever you're there, man. We'll have some dinner or a drink or something. But yeah, I'd love to see it, bro.
Of course, bro. Yeah. Thank you for having me on this interview. I hope that the people got some value out of this, and yeah, just keep crushing it, keep going.
That's it. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Leave a like for Louis. Drop a comment. What did you think of it? And yeah, perhaps you'll see him more of him in the future. So that's it, guys. Take care.